Hey, my name's Sean. Welcome to Echoes in Eternity Bourbon. Today, I'm going over something I've been wanting to try for a while. It's at a pretty decent price point. You're probably looking at about $115 to $130 anytime you try to get this bottle. It's the Old Elk Cigar Cut. Old Elk is a distillery out of Fort Collins, Colorado. Colorado distilleries kind of intrigued me. My mom was raised in Colorado, so it's kind of got some kind of an emotional attachment for me. So that being said, I knew I wanted to try some of the Old Elk products. I've actually got a store pick and another Old Elk product I'm looking to try in the future as well. But I said, let me start with the cigar cut. I fell in love with the Joseph Magnus cigar blends. I know this probably is not going to be at that same level, but it intrigues me because if you think about it, this has been casked 5 different times. So it's a bourbon. So it had to have been, in a virgin oak barrel at one time. And then you've got it casked 4 other times for these finishes to come in there. So I want to say you've got like a port cask, you got a cognac cask. I want to say an armagnac cask. There was another one in there. I can't think of which one it was. Let's see if I can say it on here. And a sherry cask. So this juice has been casked 5 different times, and it's coming in at what proof are we getting it on this? Looks like right at 110 proof. So it's coming in at 110 proof. Been cast 5 different times, so you should get an abundance of different flavors on that. So I think that'll be really cool. Something that I think appealed to me just on the nose when I opened it. I said, "Oh, this smells pretty good." So I'm interested. I've let it open and set for a little bit. Let some air get to it. Slosh it around a few times. See what we've got. It's got a very nice dark amber color to it. It doesn't look super oily on it, so there's not a lot of oils just dripping down the sides on it. So I wouldn't call this super viscous at all. So I'm interested what the mouth feel is going to be like on this. So this will be my first attempt with Old Elk, and maybe it'll give me a different idea of what some of the other cigar blends are. This is a cigar cut, is what they call this, but we'll see what we've got. Now this is a high malt blend. It's like, I think it's minimum corn at like 51%, and then it's in the 30s for a malt. So you can smell some of the malt right up front. Getting a little bit of caramel. I'm getting some tobacco on the nose, so you are kind of getting that cigar feel right off the bat. And actually, the more that I swirl this around, the little more oils I'm seeing on that. So that's nice too. So they're starting to come down in thicker droplets on that. I kind of get a savory component to this too, almost like a spiced bread that's in there as well. Let's give this a taste and see what we got. This has a super nice mouthfeel to it for me. It doesn't drink like 110 proof. You get a little bit of heat on the back, but it's more of the tobacco, more of the barrel char on the back, as opposed to any kind of a rye spice type of a heat. Kind of getting a brown sugar feel to it, almost like a bread with some brown sugar on it. Um, Nice feel there. I'm getting maybe a little bit of date on the back of this too. I know this has been cast a lot of times, so I'm sure it's put a lot of different flavors in here, which I'm really liking on this. Said I'm getting more of the brown sugar, the bread, maybe some dates on the back of this. A little bit of spice on the back, which I'm starting to get now. But for me, this is a real crushable bourbon, which means that it's very easy to drink, which means that you start drinking it and you could have two, you could have three real quick, and you go, what happened to my bottle? You happened to your bottle. That's what happened there. Now, does this compare to the Joseph Magna cigar blends? No, it does not. They have a lot more depth. There's a lot different flavor profiles with those. But I like this. I do really like this. Do I think the price point is a bit high? Yeah, but for a nice experience, I don't mind this. I'm actually getting more and more out of it as I drink it. Is it something that I'm going to go hunt and say I need to have another bottle of this? Not necessarily. It really depends on your area where you're at. In my area, I have a lot of great bourbons in my area. A lot better than, which shocks me, than some of the places like in Kentucky and Ohio, Michigan. I know Colorado can be a kind of a rough spot to hunt bourbon. I talked with Brian from Guitars, Whiskey, and Golf from time to time, just on how hard it is for him to get bourbon in the area sometimes. So I know it can be a hard area, and I'm actually getting a little bit of a buttery quality to this now. Definitely getting a nice butteriness to this now. So there's some savory going on with it now. So I know it's harder in certain areas to hunt, but if this is a good bottle in your area that you like, grab it and drink it. I've got so many, unfortunately, to choose from that, I enjoy it. I'll have sips from this. Of course, I'm going to share some of this. I love to share bourbon. But I don't know if I'm going to run out and grab another bottle at 120. Now, if they have another one that comes out, will I absolutely want to try it? Yeah. That's just me. I like to experience new things. Um, I like this bottle. I don't know if I would pay 100. I know I wouldn't pay 120 again for this same bottle. If another one came out, I would probably try it again to see if it maybe has some more depth and quality. But I like the experience. Enjoy the bottle. I think it's worthwhile to get a pour somewhere to see how much you might like it. If you're out at a nice cigar bar, if you have a place that has a good bourbon bar and they've got some, try it. See if it's your profile, something you like. And just remember, just because I like something doesn't mean you're going to like it. So, you're your own expert on your palate. Always remember that. No matter what you hear from anyone on the internet, me, any of the other people, trust your palate. You're your expert. I like a lot of stuff. I'm very varied on the stuff that I like. I like rye. I like wheat bourbons. I like, wheats, and I like bourbons, and, I even like some scotches. So I'm all over the map. I like a lot of stuff. But be true to yourself, be true to who you are, and enjoy what you enjoy. With that being said, I enjoyed this pour. You all have a great night. Thank you.